Hi, everybody, and welcome to the live stream. I am Liz Philippone. I will get into the topic in a moment here, but we are going to be talking about, is your next vacation going to feel good? And I appreciate you watching my live streams, whether you watch them live, replay. I would love for you to support my channel by subscribing, liking my videos, going back and watching any of my other videos that topics of interest for you. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining me. I am Liz Philippone. I help people stay strong, confident, and independent by combining evidence-based training with mindful movement and nervous system support. I'm a multi-certified fitness and yoga professional specializing in strength, mobility, and corrective exercise for midlife and older adults. Excuse me. My focus of my approach is all about resilience. We are building resilience, not perfection, okay, so that we can feel better, move better, reduce pain, and continue doing what we love to do to come, okay? So is your next vacation going to feel good? Right? This is about why strength training matters for travel, walking, hiking, and active living after 45. So if that's you and you relate to that, please give me a thumbs up in the comments. I want to hear more. I want to know if who I'm talking to that this matters. Yeah. So we are going to get into it right now. Let's do this. So what do you have planned this summer? I would love for you to share in the comments. You have vacation plans? You like to hike, garden, play with your grandkids or your kids, swim, like to get away for the weekend, right? Whether it's driving or flying or whatever, okay? Let me know in the comments. I want to know. Put it in there because the more you interact with my content, the more the platform will show my stuff. So I'm hoping I'm helping you, but I would love for you to just comment for me, even if you're watching the replay. So what are your plans for this summer? Have you ever arrived at your destination and realized your body wasn't as ready as your mind was? Okay, answer that one too after you answered the first one. So I really love this because it just helps me keep you engaged. It helps me get to know you, get to know my audience and how I can serve you. All right. So let me know in the comments. I want to know your responses. All right. So I'm going to jump into this. Summer activities that require more than we think, right? They really do require more than we think, all right? So most people don't think of summer activities as exercise. Is that you? All right, but let's consider a few things, okay? Travel, gardening, hiking, and swimming. Swimming definitely is exercise. I mean, come on. Hiking, definitely. Gardening, but not everybody does think that. My clients who are avid gardeners see it now, feel it now, that gardening, if they have a lot to cover, they have a lot of land, they feel like they're working out for sure. And traveling definitely requires some exercise. Yeah, especially whether you're traveling by car, plane, train. All right, so consider this. Number one, with travel, you're carrying luggage, you're walking in airports, okay? You're climbing stairs too. Even if you're in a car, you're sitting a lot. Yeah, that's actually the opposite of exercise, which definitely can need some work there, especially if you drive a lot and then you get to your destination and then what do you do right after you drive a lot? You sit. I've done it. I try not to do it as much as now. When I drive a long distance to a destination now, I actually stand for quite a while. I'm like, I ain't gonna sit down. I'm not gonna lay down. I don't think that's gonna help me get ready for my vacation, right? But if you're traveling by plane or train, there is some walking involved, right? Maybe you have a transfer, yeah? And you gotta get to that gate. So considering that, also, with gardening, you're squatting, you're kneeling, you're lifting. Okay, whatever gardening activity it is, even with lawn work, mowing the lawn, pulling weeds. Even if you use like a gadget to do that for you, you still got to control that thing, right? Hiking, balance, endurance, stability. Those three are so required with hiking, especially when you hike on different terrain, okay? Going up, going down, rocky, bumpy, all that stuff, right? There's all sorts of things sticking out of the ground, right, in your way. Swimming, we got shoulder mobility, core strength, believe it or not, endurance. That's endurance. Man, when I swim, I do some laps, you know, whether I'm at a pool, I'm like tired. Yeah. If you swim in the ocean too, I like to swim in the ocean if I feel, you know, it's pretty safe. But that current sometimes, yeah, whew, I'm exhausted. So please consider all of that. Your body is working whether you call it exercise or not. Okay. So moving on, the 3 things people need for an active summer. Okay. If you like to take notes, go ahead, grab a notebook. Of course, if you're driving and you're listening to this, please don't do that. Just go back to this section. Here are 3 things people need for an active summer. Number 1, strength. You need strength. Carrying bags. Okay. Whether it's rolling bags, shoulder bags, right? The rollers are great, but sometimes you have to pick it up, right? And transfer it to stairs, escalators, or onto the plane. Or putting it in the overhead, right? What are we doing here? We're putting stuff in the overhead bin. All right. Some people are very helpful with that too. But wouldn't it be great for you to be able to just do all that, right? Getting up from low seats, whether the seats are near the gate where you're waiting for your flight to board, or from the plane, right? And those seats are terrible, right? Can I just tell you really quickly? They're just terrible, not just for getting up, but like posture, right? They're just, oh, right? Who feels good after sitting in those plane seats, right? But you need the strength to get up from those low seats, or any seat for that matter. Climbing hills. You need strength to climb hills, inclines, right? You got to feel those big muscle groups, right? Those big muscles in your hips, your glutes, your quads, your backs of your thighs, your core, right? To help you get up that hill, to get up those stairs. All right. Number 2, mobility. And I feel like strength and mobility go hand in hand with this. They all go hand in hand, but mobility, getting in and out of cars, right? Whether you're driving somewhere, whether you're the driver, you know, stepping your leg out, right? What did I just do? What did I just do? Did you see that? Getting out of the car from a seated position. Getting out of the car. Yeah? And then standing up, right? That does require a lot of mobility. Reaching overhead. I talked about that and the strength, but it's also mobility, right? Being able to do this, right? Overhead presses. Finding full shoulder flexion, okay? Getting it out too, that's always a scary thing. And then just moving comfortably, okay? Just in whatever it is whatever it is that you're doing, right? Whether you're moving through the airport, getting in and out of the car, and you're at the service plazas or whatever like that, moving comfortably. And the third one is stability and balance. This is the third thing people need for an active summer, stability and balance. I mentioned this earlier, hiking at uneven terrain, having better stability and balance is going to help you for sure. Hiking trails, okay, busy airports, right? People are people are in a hurry, right? If people are like running to miss flights, right, you might get bumped or pegged by somebody, right? It's happened to me. To me, that's more like reaction time, right? Agility, where it's like you want to not get slammed by somebody, right? Rushing to a gate because they're missing their flight, or maybe it's you, right? And then getting on and off. I love this one. Boats. Any kind of boat. I know. It's so random, isn't it? But it's true, right? When was the last time you got into a boat? And I mean like maybe not just a pontoon boat or a cruise ship, right? Because cruise ships are different, right? You just walk up that thing, right? But that requires strength, right? To get onto a cruise ship if you're going from the bottom up, right? To be honest with you, I haven't been on a cruise ship in a long time. But maybe you want to go to a lake, with your family, and you want to be on the boat with them, okay? That requires stability and balance. You want to feel comfortable and strong and confident when you get on that boat and when you get off that boat, right? Whether it's to dock or to land. So summer activities are easier when strength, mobility, and stability work together. So those are your three things: strength, mobility, stability, and balance. But often, we feel tired or sore, right? During summer activities or even after vacation, whether it's after vacation, during vacation, right? It's often not about age, right? Because it doesn't matter. You could be doing whatever age you are. If you have an active summer activities that you're doing, you're going to feel sore. You're going to feel tired, right? But sometimes it's due to that loss of strength, right? If you haven't done some strength training workouts in a while, right? We start to lose that strength. Go watch some of my other live streams, recordings on my YouTube channel. I talk about strength after the age of 45, right? I talk a lot about what happens to our muscles, right, after the age of 45. We reduce, our mobility goes down, right? Reduced mobility, lack of recovery, which is rest, and lack of preparation. Yeah, preparation, man. I had a client, I've told this story before. She loves to travel and she loves to go on these like long excursions. She likes to go to like Europe and go on those tours where you walk all over the place. It's like very active vacation. And her thing was she was always feeling so tired and sore after a day of it, or she would fall and hurt herself, right? Trip, bang herself. And she started to work with me because she wanted to be able to go on a vacation like that and not feel run down and potentially fall. Because, when you go to those European cities, especially old parts of those cities, right? Things are like steep, bumpy. And so she felt very prepared when she went on this trip. She was gone for a month. And she texted me saying, wow, Liz, I didn't feel run down at the end of the day, a little sore, but the stretching that I learned helped with that. And she caught herself quite a few times from falling and stumbling down. So to me, that's like a good example of she prepared herself by doing specific work to help her when she went on these travels, because she loved it so much, so much. I hope that makes sense. So your body isn't failing you. It may just need training, that's specific to the life you want to live. I'm going to say that again. Your body isn't failing you. It may just need training that's specific to the life you want to live. All right. So just a couple of demos here. You know, I've done sit to stand. I'm not going to do that one. But travel prep, right? Sit to stand, that's a very key movement when you're traveling, right? It's time to board. You stand up. It's time to deboard the plane, stand up, sit down, whatever. Okay, so that is one example. Hiking preparation, supported balance movement, right? The one thing I love to do prepping for hiking is just simply very intentional, slow marching, right? Because what am I doing here? I'm lifting one foot, I'm flexing my hip, I'm engaging my core muscles, and I'm preparing my body for the weight shift, okay, when I'm walking. Yeah? I may also do some circles here, some lateral step overs, right? To just get not just my balance here, but my hip mobility working and loosened up a little bit, right? For when I hit those trails. Yeah, I may even do some heel lifts. Why would I do heel lifts? Ankle mobility and strength. Yeah? Okay. Gardening. Really quick on this one. I love doing this one actually because I have clients who love to garden. So you're squatting down, you got some weeds to pull, right? Or a planter to put in, right? You prepare your squat. Take your feet a little wider than your hips and bend down, hinge over, maybe coming into that more of a deadlift position, but really coming down and then coming up. And you might not go down as deep as I just did, but with preparation and time, your hips are going to stretch out. They're going to open up, okay? And you don't even have to load up, right, too much. You really don't have to load up a lot in order for that to happen. So thinking of your squat, it's true for sit to stand as well. Squatting, very important. For sit to stand, stand to sit. All right. And then even just getting up off the ground, right? Maybe you're down like this on your knees, right? And you have to get up. And your way of getting up is, coming forward, stepping the feet together and coming up through a squat and a forward fold. So those are just a few things that you can do that will help you with those everyday movements to prep you for travel, for hiking, for gardening, okay, those active summer activities that you still want to do and enjoy doing. All right, so all of this is exactly why I created my Power Up Your Strength program. I talk about this a lot because it has helped a lot of people. I have gotten so much feedback from clients saying that movements that they've done for years just feel better, feel easier. They're not so stiff in the morning anymore. They're just not so stiff in general. Sure, there's going to be stiffness, right? We can't completely get rid of it, right? Because, as we get older, we do have to deal with, there's arthritis, there's different biological changes that happen in the body, but we can support the body. And that's what I do in my Power Up Your Strength program. So the goal isn't simply lifting heavier, working harder. That's not what it's about. The goal is about traveling with confidence, hiking without fear, hesitation, gardening with less soreness, keeping up with your family with whatever they're doing in the summer, and enjoying your summer activities more than ever. Okay? So inside my Power Up Your Strength program, there is strength training, there is mobility work, there is stability, right? I talked about all those 3 things, right, that we need with summer activities. But there's also recovery support. Okay, recovery, learning what that means for you, whether it is taking some time to just breathe, pause during your day. Yeah, taking a pause, breathing. Maybe it's stretching. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's journaling, right? Because when you give your brain that break, then your body gets that break too. Okay, so we train for life, not just workouts. We train for life to sustain our life in the best way we can. All right, so which of these make the biggest difference this summer? More energy, better balance, less stiffness, more strength, more confidence. I know that's like 6, okay? Energy, balance, stiffness, strength, confidence. Share in the comments. I would love to know. And before I go, if you like to enjoy summer activities without worrying about whether your body can keep up, I would love to help, okay? And I want to emphasize that it's not just about summer activities, it's all activities. But I'm talking summer because summer is a cohort. I'm exploring an opportunity to offer an in-person experience where you can sample the methods and movement strategies that I use in this program. So this could take the form of a multi-week class series, a half-day workshop, a full-day workshop. The goal here is just to help you move better, feel stronger, and gain confidence before deciding if a longer-term program is right for you. Because my Power Up Your Strength program is a 12-week program. It's hybrid, so that means it's in-person and online. Okay, some of my clients do all online, right? That's their jam, right? So I would love your feedback here. Which would interest you? Please comment your answer. 4-week class series, half-day workshop, or a full-day workshop. All right, and if you're just interested in the whole thing, you can say, I'm interested in the whole shebang, the 12 weeks. All right, so please let me know in the comments or shoot me an email, liz@mindfullyfitninja.com. Let me know. I would love to know. That is my call to action to you. All right, all of that information I know and hope is going to help you. Can you give me that feedback, right? If you are interested in sampling this work, would you like a 4-week class series, half-day workshop, or full-day workshop? All right, so thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have you watch my work here. I really am. I really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe to my, like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, everyone in my Facebook group. Yeah, I got your back here. I got everybody's back, right? So thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone. Thanks.